Hello everyone, this is David, Fairly Sacred Music. It has been such a long time since I've done one of these videos. And just everything has been keeping me busy. What I have not been prevented from doing is buy stuff. And I got a lot to show you, so I'm going to just get right to it. And hopefully some of you remember me. So, my friend Corey says to me, hey, did you hear about the new remix version of Cradle of Filth's Cruelty and the Beast? And I said, no, but tell me if it's good. Well, it comes out, and the following Monday, whoops, I see it's like $11.99, and so I go looking for it. I paid $13.99 for it. Got it new. They remixed the shit out of this. They made the drums sound super awesome. Guitars were up front. The one thing I will say about this is that the bass is a little less pronounced. That I wish kind of it had the old feel, because his bass sound was awesome. It was very present, very Steve Harris kind of thing. This set me on a absolute downward spiral of getting into Cradle of Filth. So I already had Midian, the original 2-disc version of Cruelty, Dusk in Her Embrace, Vampire, and the best album, Principle of Evil Made Flesh. So, I thought, oh wait, I also did have, let me find it, I got this last summer or something like that, Hammer of the Witches. So, I had all of those. I was a huge Cradle of Filth fan in, well, not huge, but a big Cradle of Filth fan in 95, 96 through 98. So through this album. And then they put out From the Cradle to the Enslaved, and I kind of dropped off after that. Well, I started listening to a bunch of the other things that I did not have and decided, yeah, I'm digging, this is one of their newer ones, Hammer of the Witches, and I thought that was pretty good, and I thought, let's delve into it a little bit more. By the way, this hat was made by my niece. So, I decided to go all out. I ended up buying 10 Cradle of Filth CDs in one night on eBay. So, this was the catalyst. I got Bittersweets. What is this? Bittersweets to Succubi. This is kind of a compilation of like unused songs or something like that, and then re-recordings of 3 songs from their first album, which those re-recordings are pretty good, but I would much rather just listen to the original. I have yet to listen to this. This is Evermore Darkly. Here, I'll just put up the booklet. And this has some, I believe, B-sides or unreleased stuff from the Darkly Venus Aversa CD. But it also has, I believe there is a second disc that is a DVD. Yes. So it has a bunch of stuff on there. I've yet to listen to this. A lot of this stuff came like, I think Saturday, and I haven't had a lot of time to sit and listen. There are a few things that I have listened to multiple times in my car, but I will get to those. So, Darkly Darkly Aversa, Venus Aversa. This also has a second disc with what I believe people said is like the best thing in years that they've done. I like the fact that it's a digipack. And I don't know if it's still going on, but Nuclear Blast was having a huge sale, and they had tons of stuff for like $3.99, $2.99, $4.99 or whatever. And like this and this, of course, they were all that. So I spent probably $20 more getting them on eBay, but I didn't know about that sale. It might still be going on. It might have ended on Cyber Monday. I'm not sure. Cryptoriana, I believe that's called. And this has the two bonus tracks. The final bonus track is a cover of Annihilator's Alice in Hell, which as soon as it started playing, I was like, why do I recognize this? I bought Alice in Hell when it first came out, and I did not like Randy Rampage as a vocalist. I don't know, there's something about him that I really didn't like. But I did see them live, opening up for Testament. I believe, who was with them? Testament, Wrathchild America, and Annihilator, yeah. Oh, by the way, I did listen to this one today. Pretty damn good. That's their newest one. Kind of a return to form, just like Hammer of Witches was. And, oh, no, I screwed that up. A little more in what, like early days Cradle of Filth type stuff. I only listened to like 2 tracks on this today, and it's already kind of, you can tell it's like a concept album. This is Damnation in a Day. Godspeed on The Devil's Thunder. I really like this, and a lot of people like panned it or whatever you want to call that. Basically did not like it. I like it. It's kind of got a little bit more of a just like a straightforward metal feel. I gotta make sure my phone goes quiet because I have a couple people messaging me right now. But yeah, I really actually like this. I like this cover art too. Let me see if I can. Look at that, there used to be a sticker there. But I like that art. Pretty cool. I decided to get this because it literally cost me like $1.95 because I bought a bunch of stuff and then I got $5 off, and this was like $6.95, so which was good. This has a couple new songs, a few covers. They do Death Comes Ripping, Sleepless. There is a different version of this where they do a cover of, oh god, I can't even remember what band it is. Might be like Monstrosity or something like that. This is like the alternate type cover. This one, Live Bait for the Dead, is a 2-disc set. And I believe the second disc might be a DVD. Nope. There is a CD-ROM extras, download, screensavers, promo video. But so this is 2 discs. And they also released 11 masses for blah, blah, blah. I can't remember what it is. Basically, it's disc 1 of this. So if you're looking for live Cradle of Filth, get this, Live Bait for the Dead, because it's basically the same thing, except for it's a lot more. Nymphetamine, I can't remember how you pronounce this album. Pretty awesome. Liv Christine from Theater of Tragedy and Leaves' Eyes sings on this, and she is way better on this than she was way back in the day, because I really liked Theater of Tragedy, their first couple albums, but then I kind of was like, they're not that great. And I've thought about getting Leaves' Eyes, or at least listening to something by them, and this, if I see something used, especially, this album really grabbed me, or the song she sings on really grabbed me and made me think, ooh, I might need to get more or check her out again. I checked out Theater of Tragedy again, and it still is just kind of like, nah. I got 2 of these used. Well, actually, this was technically a used copy. Actually, this was new. This was new. New, and I believe this was new. Also with Cruelty and the Beast, that was new too. But it was new at, like, I don't think I paid more than, I don't know, $10 or $11 for any of these. I found this one used, and scuffed means it's kind of scratched, but this is Manticore and Other Horrors. This is a weird one because Danny Filth is like singing on it or something, and unless it's somebody else, but look at this. What is going on? I didn't trim my beard. I don't know, I must have slept on it weird. Just like poofing out on the sides. This makes it look a little less weird. But yeah, I've listened to this partially once since I got it. I've gotten a lot of stuff, so I couldn't get to all of it. And I have listened to Thornography. Yeah, Thornography a couple times. This is pretty good. I like Godspeed a little better. And because I had this Cradle of Filth like obsession or whatever, I was looking for other stuff. I found a used copy of the brand new Borknagar, which has ICS Vortex singing again. And I don't know if you're familiar with Arcturus, but this guy sang on 2 songs on La Masquerade Infernal, and then when Garm left Borknagar, he said, hey, I know this guy. His name is Simon Hastings or something like that in real life. The reason he's called ICS Vortex is because Garm went by Fiery G Maelstrom or something like that. So Icy S Vortex, the S and the G are their first names, and the last word is a like weather whatever, and Fiery and Icy are the exact opposite. So he's basically making fun of Garm, who's also known as I can't even remember what his name is in real life. He has so many aliases. But when he left Arcturus, when he left Borknagar, he said, hey, I got this guy, Simon, and he joined. And then after he left Arcturus, Simon became their vocalist again, full-time. He also did bass and the clean singing in Dimmu Borgir, who I will talk about pretty soon. So I got this. Actually, I didn't get this first. I listened to this and I was like, And then I listened to it again and I was like, And then I listened to it again, or like little snippets of it each time, and I thought, yeah, I think I need that. So before I got to the store that had this one used, I ended up finding a used copy of Archaic Course, and you're like, why are you buying all of them used? Well, that's because all of the Borknagar stuff, as far as I know, or a lot of it, is out of print. Even Century Media doesn't have any Borknagar except for the newest one, which this one is on Century Media. So I got this. This is the first one with ICS Vortex. And the first two, the self-titled one, which is all sung in Norwegian, and this is super raw, like true black metal, like, but good lord, there's like a plethora of people on here. So you have the guitarist, I don't know where he was from, Oyston, I think his name is. And then you have Garm, who was the singer of Ulver, which is another black metal band that totally changed. I mean, they are not even black metal anymore. Not even remotely close to being black metal. But their first two albums, or their first album, is so raw and crazy. And then they have one where it's all this like folk, like Norwegian folky type stuff. And then a lot of clean singing on the next one. So I have to look into their first few albums. This one, I have listened to most of it so far, and I don't think there's any clean singing on any of this. But there's weird, like, folky melodies and stuff. This has Grim, who played with Gorgoroth, Immortal, and of course Borknagar, on drums, and Ivar, who is the guitarist from Enslaved, actually plays keyboards and like synth effects and stuff on this. Of course, Garm is from Ulver, and I can't remember who the bassist is, or where he comes from, but they were basically a black metal. Whoop. This is weird trying to get this straight. Let's just go like this and be like, it is what it is. They were a black metal supergroup, which is crazy, you know. I just got this today. I couldn't listen to it because the one CD player that I have would make it skip. Then I tried another CD player and it played perfectly fine, but it wasn't in the correct room that I was cleaning and stuff. So this is where there's still got elements of black metal, but there's a lot of clean singing on it, and this is the last album that Garm actually sings on. They did Epic, which I also got used, and I believe this is the first one with a guy named Wintersorg. I don't know what his real name is, but he does clean vocals and death metal vocals. And this was... Oh, I also have Empiricism. That's out in my car. I totally forgot about that. But this has a making of Epic enhanced video, which you can also watch on YouTube. Then you have the... Look at that. Stupid sticker remains. This is their kind of all acoustic album. It's good. It doesn't blow me away. I mainly got it because A, I'm a completist, and B, because I really wanted to hear the fretless bass player, who is a guy named, who went, when he was with Emperor live, he went by the name Tyr, like the band Tyr. But he also plays like 8-string fretless basses, which is crazy. So he does that on like the next couple albums. Then they did this album, and this is Universal, and this is their bass player. This keyboard is also from, I believe, Sofald. Is it Sofald? or Vedboyd and Zen. I'm not sure. But you got Winter Sorg, you got the guitarist, bass player, keyboards, and then I don't know which one of these is bass and which is drums. But yeah, he is playing, I believe, 8-string fretless. And this is cool. This is the one before the newest one. It's called Winter Thrice. And this one has a song called Winter Thrice. And it has Winter Sorg singing, ICS Vortex singing, and Garm, who, let's see if it even tells me. Let me see. Here, I'll throw this up there so you know what I'm talking about. Christopher Fiery G. Riggs. His name is Christopher Rigg. Yeah, he is also known as Garm. And all three of them sing on that song. So if you want a good idea of what later Borknagar sound like, that is it. I'm sorry if this video is super long. Well, because I got into black metal, I decided I was going to kind of delve into more, and I was talking to my friend Corey, who originally told me about the Cradle of Filth one, and he said, hey, I have a bunch of Dimmu Borgir stuff that I just want to get rid of because I'm trying to pare down my collection. I don't even know what the hell that means. I was like, is that French? Are you like speaking another language? I don't understand those words. And he said, well, I'm not selling all my collection, but there are some things that I have ripped and I don't need physical copies. So he sold me all of these, and I have yet to listen to them because I bought them on Saturday and I've been working ever since. I think he charged me $4 for this, and then $3 for, oh, I got some River's Edge happening right there. $3 for the following: Spiritual Black Dimensions, Abra Hadabra, or something like that, Enthroned Darkness Triumphant. And I know there's a lot of people in Sorte Diable, or something like that. Death Cult Armageddon. And some of these are like super sweet, like deluxe editions that I have just broken. Oh no, lost the disc. Ooh, look at this. This is cool. But also look at these silly guys. I know Dimmu Borgir is kind of, well, they're in that whole same thing with like Cradle of Filth. They're like the symphonic black metal, but I still need to get Stormblast. Oh, which one was the last one that I need to show? Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. So all these Dimmu Borgir CDs and this one, I think they're called Syra or Sira, which is also the same name as another band, spelt different. This has the singer of another band that had 3 singers in it, like a death metal singer, a female singer, and then a clean vocalist. I've only listened to like one song on YouTube, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. So all of this for $25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CDs. And I have, well, a little while ago I was totally into My Dying Bride and decided to get both of these Saturnus CDs. I got this one from somebody in Brazil, from Cold Arts Industry, who licensed it through the actual band. This one's called Veronica Decides to Die, and this one is called Saturn in Ascension. They are very doomy, very doom death, kind of like early My Dying Bride-ish kind of stuff. Speaking of My Dying Bride, what we will do is kind of show this. I decided to get the Evinta 3-disc set because it was only $19.99 with free shipping, and it kind of matches, well, it absolutely matches the 5-disc set, Harvest of Dread. This comes with 3 discs. The only way you can get the third disc is in this set, and I'll just kind of flip through this book a little bit. All the lyrics, bunch of photos from throughout the band's history, and a little blurb. Let's get back to one of them. A little like paragraph or whatever about each album, and then it shows you the EPs or singles that went along with those albums. I wonder why it shows Light at the End of the World right there. That's very bizarre. I don't know why Light at the End of the World doesn't have a little like blurb about it. That's kind of silly. Some of this stuff is kind of repeated from the other, or the other one is repeated from this one. I have seen this CD so many times. They had a used copy of it. I should have bought it then, but I hate these stickers, by the way. This is like the deluxe version of Moonspell Extinct. It comes with a making of DVD, which I watched yesterday, which was really good. The only other Moonspell album that I own is their third one, called Sin Pecado, which is totally different than their first two. I might have to delve more into Moonspell stuff, even though I have had it in the past. I think the time is right. The time is right to maybe own more. But this one was kind of like, okay, we'll get this one. This was $13.99. I think the store back in March they had it, and it was still new, brand new, and had a plastic thing over it, so I know nobody switched out the price tags, but it was $13.99. I think they screwed up, and it should have been $23.99. I'm not sure, but I have told them about prices that were off before, and I decided this time, screw it, I'm gonna just take advantage of them screwing that one thing up, because I've helped them save money, because they priced 2 King Crimson things at $10 each lower than they should have been, and I pointed it out to him. And then the guy wouldn't even give me like a couple dollars off, because to match the price of their other store on a couple on one other CD. So I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude. So totally scored on this. Got the deluxe edition. I'll let you know if I like get more. And then last but certainly not least, I got these last Friday. Don't need to listen to them all, without before this video. They are the new reissues of Anacrusis, Manic Impressions, and Screams and Whispers. This one comes in a digipack, and it has the CD on a tray, which I like, with lots of photos, 4 bonus tracks, 4 demos. The CD booklet comes with full lyrics, Really nicely done. Looks like the artwork is taken from the original. Some of the Metal Blade reissues look like they got whatever the best copy of the cover was and just kind of photocopied it. Let me see. I haven't really looked at these yet. There's no liner notes, but full lyrics on that one. The funny thing is, these guys were kind of, you know how a lot of black metal vocalists will do the kind of screechy, like, yeah, kind of stuff? Well, the singer from Anacrusis, also kind of did that. He sang clean and like normal vocals, but he also did like stop me kind of things. I'm not doing it justice. Just listen to the song Stop Me, or even Sound the Alarm, which is on this one. This one has full lyrics, inner page of photos, and then yet another page of photos. This was their last album that they did. Oh, that's why they have the 2 pages of photos, because the artwork goes like that on the cover. Whoops, there we go. Having that light there really doesn't help me. So, that's the album cover. And these guys, I think this Saturday, are doing their reunion show. And I can't go because I'm in Minnesota. But I talked to the guitarist and asked him if he would be willing to sell me, because he said he had copies of the Hindsight CD, which is their first 2 albums re-recorded and double disc. He was awesome enough to send me this and his solo album, which is also out of print, which was put out by Dive Bomb. His name is Ken Nardi, but super awesome. Had the whole band sign all the guys sign it. Cool fold out, and then this also comes with a book. All the lyrics, 2 forewords with information on both albums. Just awesome. And the cool thing is, these are out of print. He just had copies that they are going to sell at the show, and was able to get me 1 of each. So that is awesome. Thank you, Ken. These are super awesome. But go out and buy the remastered versions of these, and I will see you next time I have time, and good evening.